Hi, everybody. Ooh, I don't pay any attention to me. I've been outside doing
You
stuff.
make it too easy sometimes.
Hello.
There's Sue
Hey,
already
Sue.
joining us. We've been gone so long, there may not be anybody else.
I know. Hey, Poppy.
Her and Harley's fighting over
They're fighting over a toy.
what's left of a toy.
Yeah. Let me have it. Look at this poor toy. Oh, that was my finger. Hey, Glenda.
Hey, Glenda.
Is everybody having a good week?
Sue's double dipping.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week. 2 weeks for us, hasn't it?
It's been
Whew.
hectic.
It's been, I don't really know the word, exhausting.
Yes.
Exhausting.
That's a good word.
Yeah. Hey, Lizzie. How are you, sweet girl? Oh,
Facebook's going to act stupid.
yeah. Poppy, move, baby.
Poppy.
Look, it has been a jacked up week. This morning is the first morning I actually got to sleep in, and I did, y'all. I slept in till about 15 till 8 this morning. I was exhausted, to say the least. How about you? What night was it? We went to bed at 8 o'clock. Was it Sunday night we went to bed at 8?
I don't know.
One night we were just like, hey, Heidi, well, let's go to bed. We've missed y'all, though.
We really have.
We have.
Really
have. When I got home Thursday night from JC's volleyball games, y'all, we were just, I was done.
Well, I'd spent about 2 hours trying to get home that night.
Yeah, and I was just done. And I said, I wasn't up to it. Just physically, I was not up to it. So I got me a shower and I went to bed.
I've had a good friend of ours in the hospital, and
I've been trying to help her husband and help her, just be there for her. Give him a break when he needed to go home and do some stuff, to try to be there and help with her. And so it was just
Linda and her.
Or Montgomery.
Or in Montgomery. Her
Yeah.
and Chris.
Oh man, do they have they even talked to them to know if they have damage? Because y'all, but I do know this, that the hurricane went from a category 5 to a category 2.
Yeah, but
I didn't know that. I heard that today.
What's the one that hit
Helene?
Mm-hmm. The one way back hit went up through Mississippi and
I don't remember.
Starts with the K.
Katrina
did the same thing.
Poppy. She's Poppy.
There's Jody.
Hey,
Poppy.
Jody.
What are you going after?
But some damage. Okay. Oh, he had a VA appointment. My mom worked at the VA for a very long time. Not in Montgomery, but in Birmingham. So, hey, Jody, you doing good down there?
Down under.
So she said, hey, how y'all see in the house? Oh, me.
Well, if nothing else, all our friends get to hang out with each other, too.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, first of all, we want to remember, excuse me, all the people that's been impacted with these storms. And we hadn't been on. It's been 2 bad storms since we were on last.
Yes.
So,
family reunion, that's right.
Yeah.
Family reunion.
So, y'all keep them in your prayers. Poppy.
Sorry, y'all. I don't know what she's doing.
There's something under that chair she wants.
Well, we don't know anybody personally that has been affected. So I know that Sue Slaughter is good.
Yeah.
She said she posted earlier that she was good. So
Jody, we won't talk about what our government is doing right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get kicked out. there is an agency that is in charge of helping with disasters. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
But that's kind of one of the things we wanted to talk to y'all about tonight. And I sure hope there's a lot of people in here because it's something that me and Wendy both were in EMS for a long time. And years before.
sorry.
You're as bad as the dogs.
I know, right? Sorry.
Years before all these prepper channels and all this stuff got big, and that's kind of what we do. Having a homestead, you put hay up for the winter.
Yeah.
You put up, you prepare for the next season. I don't say that we're preppers, but it kind of has a little bit of that in the way that we operate.
Yeah. With freeze drying food and still canning some food.
So, if y'all have ever been around me very much, you may see, lean over a little bit.
Yep.
This backpack goes with me everywhere I go.
Everywhere. You ain't lying.
if I'm somewhere, it's not far away. And this all started being an EMS because we were on 24-hour shifts. So you would get to your truck at 7-ish in the morning, and you may not see base again for 24 hours. So we ended up in snowstorms. We ended up in ice storms. We ended up in, tornado areas, places that didn't have power, places you couldn't get anything to eat, places you couldn't find a bathroom.
Yes. Yes. That was me.
We had instances where you would show up at work at 7 o'clock in the morning and the temperature would be in the 60s. And by that evening, it would be sleeting and snowing.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
So we always had to be prepared to face about any situation because you never knew. You may get up and go into work and then the sun's shining and it's 70 degrees and then 3 hours later a tornado comes through. Or something as simple as rain.
Well, just even this week or last week with what came through North Carolina, y'all, they didn't have no warning whatsoever. Those people, they put out a warning, said the dam is unstable, evacuate now. And 5 minutes later, it broke. So, how many of them was stranded in their cars or,
on rooftops.
Yeah.
So what this bag consists of, Singapore, Bangkok, Cambodia, Thailand, good grief.
Wow.
Whirlwind tour there.
Yes, definitely.
So what this bag consists of is kind of a anything bag. I keep just about anything you can imagine in there.
Yes, he does.
She gives me a hard time. The bag weighs 20 pounds.
Okay. I can't pick it up.
That's a little heavy, but it's not something that I carry on my back everywhere.
Yeah.
But it has, well, the other day we went to a festival and the storm was coming through. When we left the house, the sun was shining. When we got there, the wind was blowing and it was pouring down rain.
Yeah.
And I keep I'll show y'all some of the content.
He's going to show y'all just a couple of things to keep.
This. Oh. Turn it right side up. This is pretty cool. It's not the greatest in the world. We got it at one of the box stores.
I used to carry one in the ambulance for.
But it's a raincoat that folds up and goes in its own pocket. And you don't know how many times I'll get off somewhere and have to be out in the weather, and it starts raining. Well, with this, I mean, literally, it's a large, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is a large.
It's a large jacket. It's, like I said, it's nothing special. It's not a REI or a Frog Tog or whatever. It's just a simple little, they're like, what, less than $10?
Yeah, I think so. Ours was acting funny earlier too, Sue. So it may be something to do with the hurricane. Who knows?
But that's got me out of a lot of times.
Yeah.
We got up there and it started raining, and she was grabbing umbrellas, but the wind was blowing enough that an umbrella really didn't work. We ended up carrying an umbrella.
Yeah.
But I had this, so I stayed relatively dry.
Yeah.
I do carry a base layer in there. I carry
Verizon is being wonky. Verizon.
I carry some undergarments. I'm not even sure who they're made by, but they're similar to the type of material that the Under Armour is made from. I keep it wrapped up in a sack, and I've used the top out of it 3 or 4 times. We would be off somewhere, and something would happen to the shirt that I had on, or somebody wanted the shirt that I had on, and I would just slip it on, and I had something. I keep an extra pair of socks in there because on the ambulance we went out one day and it had snowed, and we went to this parking lot, and the way the snow was melting, it was holding about 4 or 5 inches of water. And as soon as I stepped out of the truck, it come over the top of my boots. My feet were soaking wet.
Well, I mean, you can just tell them like the little stuff, like flashlights.
Yep, I keep
batteries.
a flashlight.
She keeps a bag in the trunk of her car.
Mm-hmm.
My bag is somewhat finished, but it's not completely done to what he has in his.
Mm-hmm.
So, but always, just keep stuff in your car, y'all, because this just showed right here how you don't know what's going on, what's going to happen. And it might not be a natural disaster. It might be the crazy folks.
Well, in 2011, we had a brief snow incident that didn't even last a couple, 3 hours, maybe.
It froze all the roads over.
Well, what happened is it was such a wet snow that when it hit the road and people were traveling, it packed down. So it turned everything into a solid sheet of ice. And they weren't expecting anything.
They called it Snowgeddon.
They ended up calling it Snowgeddon because people were trapped in Birmingham all night long.
On the interstate.
And that's another thing that I preach to her all the time. Do not let the vehicles get below half a tank. And she is horrible.
I am.
But in that night, after the snow was over with, it wasn't bad. I went to work that night.
I drove home that night.
You drove home that
night. But
night.
I passed all these cars and ditches and on the side of the road because people couldn't get out.
Well, what had happened was a lot of places did not let the employees off on time.
Yeah, and they just backed up.
Alabama is not set up for a snow event. The state has a few sand trucks and stuff like that, but we don't get snow enough for them to justify purchasing equipment for that inclement weather. Now, if a tornado goes through, we're set.
Well, did you actually see how many tornadoes hit in Florida?
No, I've not.
Oh my gosh! West Palm Beach had a tornado. They wasn't even in the path of any kind of hurricane damage. And I think they said it was an F3 tornado that hit.
But I keep stuff in there, like I keep a flashlight. And anything in here that I have that runs on batteries, I keep a spare set of batteries. I keep lithium batteries because they last.
And power banks for his phone.
And I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't sing the words to Jimmy's song before he does. But I keep charging cables for my phone. If I have something in there that, like a flashlight or anything like that, that has to be charged or would have to be charged, I keep a power cable for it. I bought a battery pack.
Harley wanted to be up here with y'all. Yeah, they said it was that there was tornadoes just everywhere, and nobody was prepared for them at all. So not where they hit anyway. They had some, said that they knew there would be some tornadoes off of it, but not in the areas. So
I carry a battery pack. It has a solar charger that you can like lay up somewhere and it will charge itself. This was actually pretty neat. It has a display on the bottom of it right there to tell you how much charge it has. See, 100%. Can't believe it's 100%. You can charge this in your car. You can charge it with solar, or you can charge it at the house. It has a flashlight built onto it. This is not my primary flashlight. This is just the way that it came because it had the capacity of it. I can charge my phone like 3 times off this.
Yeah.
I can charge a laptop off this if I need to. It has the Q charger, so I don't have to have a cord for my phone. I can simply lay it on my phone and it'll charge it up in case something happens to your cord.
He's your survival guy.
But this is really, really handy.
That's a gadget I need to get. Do you know
I
where you ordered
actually
it?
got this at the big box store.
Which one?
The blue one with the yellow sunburst, the yellow smiley faces.
Yeah.
That big box.
Okay.
Store, the one I hate. I needed it. I was out one day. I needed it. They had it. It wasn't that expensive. And all this stuff you don't have to get all at one time. Don't go out and run your credit card up thinking that you've got to have this huge bag that is going to prepare you for Armageddon. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is start a bag. Get you a backpack. Get one of your kids' old backpacks. This one is, real tactical. It's got the molly and all that garbage that I really don't care about. I just needed something that was heavy duty.
But he actually has, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, the Life Water straws. Now, the people up there in North Carolina needed this week.
What I do
This thing is pretty neat.
is I keep a what is this, an Nalgene bottle. I bought it at the big box store for next to nothing because the Stanleys have taken over and nobody wants these. So you can find these at the thrift store. I mean, if you're that adventurous. But what I did was inside of it.
I don't know what all he has.
I carry a handkerchief. If I can get it out of here.
Oh, that's how he wears too. If it's a button-up shirt, he's gonna have on pearl snap.
I love the pearl snaps. I'm all about them.
He does it. Every shirt he has like that is pearl snap. We searched at the thrift store for all of them.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I buy my clothes at the thrift store, except my pants because you can't find them. My shirts like this, I don't pay but $4 or $5 a piece for.
Or sometimes $1.
Yeah, or $1.
All his jackets that he wears to church, thrift store. We bought all of them at the thrift store.
But in this Nalgene bottle, I carry a bandana because a bandana is great for 1,000 different things. Wrapped up in the bandana, I carry some of these water purification tablets. Okay. Also,
I told you he's Mr. Survival Guide.
Well, how many times? I mean, this bottle itself, I've never had to use the contents of it, but I have been out on job sites where there was nothing to drink, but there was a water fountain, and I could fill this up, and then I had something to drink.
Yeah. Are you having issues?
Well, I've got so much put in here. But the wide mouth Nalgene bottles are the way to go because I can put ice in it and I can put all my other stuff. I keep a Sawyer Mini. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. This is a Sawyer Mini. It comes with a straw and it comes with a squeeze bag. So if something were to happen, I could put water in this, plug the Sawyer Mini to the end of this. It'll fit on a water bottle also, or a
20-ounce bottle.
20-ounce bottle. It'll thread onto the top of it, and then you can suck through the straw so you're not getting close to something that may be contaminated. You can't just go and drink out of a creek anymore. That I did it as a kid my entire life, but there's so many bacteria and stuff that's ended up in these streams that you can't do that. You'll end up very, very sick. And
I seen something the other day that said, "Watch where the animals drink because they won't drink bad water."
But animals can still drink water that we can't.
Yeah,
tolerate.
that's true. That's true. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Oh, we're glad you're here. It's okay.
Welcome to the Survival Channel.
With everything that went on these past couple of weeks, he was just trying to go over a couple of things that you need to keep in your car all the time.
Yep.
So no matter where you are, because y'all people in North Carolina never thought that they would have a flood on top of a mountain.
Yeah. So that's what I keep in my little water bottle. I may never use it, but it's there in case I need it. In the water bottle, I use a lot. Another thing I carry in this same little side pouch on my bag is a little Ziploc bag that has flavored stuff in it.
Flavor water, yeah.
So, like, I carry Liquid IV. If you're watching or you see this video, yeah, I carry several of these.
He loves Liquid IV.
I am a true believer in Liquid IV.
Gene got him hooked on.
No, I was on Liquid IV before
Poor
Gene.
Gene, that's right. But Gene was telling you about it, so.
But I carry that.
You get stuck out in your car, you're up a creek.
Well, and that's the thing is these people in 2011 during what they call Snowmageddon, they were in their vehicles. A good friend of mine's daughter got caught, stuck in the snow, stuck in the ice, didn't have a phone charger with her, didn't have anything with her. Her phone dies. He goes to Birmingham to try to find her. If she had that simple little brick, she didn't have to have a cord. She didn't have to have a charger. She didn't have to have her car running. There was people that froze to death during that ice storm because they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Because the next morning, they were pulling cars out, but they found people that had got out of their vehicle because they'd run out of gas.
Yeah, Kayla remembers it.
Yeah, Kayla.
I was on the ambulance that day, and it was horrible.
But they run out of gas, they run out of heat, they got out of their vehicles, and tried to find help, fell off into the ditch, and froze to death. And that is so, so sad. Yeah, so a blanket and a pillow.
Yeah. I mean,
I carry one of the little space blankets. Because, like I said, we were in EMS and we used to use those. If you had somebody that was in a trauma, to negate them having, help me out here, shock. To negate them going into shock, we carried these little space blankets, and there's nothing to them. They're just little Mylar. They're like silver on one side and maybe orange on the other.
But that's one thing I miss about not having a car with a trunk space or like my van. With having a truck, I don't have a toolbox on the back of the truck. So it makes it a little hard because I have kids stuff in there all the time. Our kids. So the backpacks have worked good for us. So we have that stuff still. without having it piled in our car all the time.
But I have in here also, and I'm gonna end up this scattered everywhere before this is over with, but it'd be all right. I know where it goes.
Well, everybody's probably wondering why he's digging. We have not had babies yet, but we are so close.
We'll get there. But this is a sandwich box that I bought at the dollar store.
Yeah.
For next to nothing. It has an O-ring in it, so it's kind of waterproof. I don't know that I'd put it underwater, but I keep stuff in it like Benadryl. You know, nobody thinks about Benadryl. I was out cutting my mother's yard one day and got into a wasp nest or a yellow jacket nest and got bit 3 times in the ear, stung 3 times in the ear before I realized what was going on. I thought I had kicked up a rock. If you get stung in the face, in the ear, or something like that, you know, that's a high probability of having a reaction. Benadryl, the little pink pills.
Yeah, I always tell everybody, always keep Benadryl in your home, period. Because you may not be allergic to something,
but somebody by you may be.
Or you can build up an allergy to something quick. I was never allergic to latex the whole time I worked in the operating room and everything. And then I don't know if it was the difference in the brand or what, but I built up a latex allergy and now I can't use latex at all. So.
But I keep some Band-Aids. I mean, this is not, well, I guess it would be a little bit of a first aid kit.
Yeah, that's sort of like
it's a boo-boo kit. I mean, really, it's a boo-boo kit. I keep a thing of chapstick in here. I keep some ibuprofen. Eye drops. Eye drops are a big thing. You don't think about it, but it is. I keep some bigger Band-Aids. I keep some Imodium in here. Have you ever went out to eat and on the way home, whatever you ate did not agree with you?
Yes.
Okay. Imodium. Great thing to have. What else have I got in here? I've got some eye drops. I've got some Band-Aids. Just some basic things. If you
dental floss.
Everybody says dental floss. Yeah. Dental floss is multi-use, and that's what I love is multi-use items. I love things that I can use for different things. Dental floss, you go eat ribs with your honey one night and you come home and you're coming back home and you've got that half a rib stuck between your tooth that's driving you crazy.
It's in your backpack.
You have it. Just make sure when you go through this stuff that you put it back. What I do is
Girl, I don't even carry a purse.
Yep, tie little things up. You can actually sew with dental floss in a pinch.
It would actually probably hold a 150-pound person. You don't think so? Because I know it is strong.
It's really strong. And where I got the idea for dental floss, this is going to sound funny. I was at the fire station one night, and there was a guy flying over and with one of these paraglider. It honestly looked like a lawn chair with a motor strap behind it, like a weed eater motor. So we're sitting there watching him, and we see him go, back over to wherever he was from. Well, a little while later, this car drives up, and he says, "Hey, I was the guy on the paraglider." So we were talking to him, and during the conversation, somebody asked him if he has ever got caught in a tree. He said, "Yeah, but don't worry, I carry dental floss." We were like, full line dental floss. And dental floss, a regular pack of dental floss, there's 330 yards of dental floss in it, I think is right, which is almost 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Being so lightweight, he couldn't carry much with him. Yes. But he carried that with him. So if he got caught up in a tree, he could lower that dental floss down to rescuers, and he could pull a rope up and tie himself off and let him down.
Well, I never thought about that.
I had never thought about that, but I've carried dental floss ever since then.
Hi, Rebecca. Hey, Kim. You keep your weed eater carburetor adjuster tool in my purse. That's pretty good. So, black tape.
Nope.
Oh, it's Gorilla Tape.
Duct tape. Gorilla tape is great. Wendy can put anything together with duct tape.
I can.
She will use $20 worth of duct tape to put a $5 something back together.
So are y'all enjoying this cooler weather now? Everybody having cooler weather? Jody, what's y'all's weather like? Oh, I'm all about zip ties.
I think I have zip ties in here. Something else that I carry. An old crush. This one's all been all sweaty.
Harley.
You get off somewhere as a bald man. The sun comes out behind the cloud. It starts getting warm on your head.
79 degrees. Y'all are warming up.
You'll be wishing you had something like that.
We are cooling down.
I keep a knife in here. Just basic
and
Boy Scout stuff.
Yeah. But it is smart, y'all, to really put that in your car because these people, the other day, they were just driving along and a damn brakes, and here comes a flood out of nowhere. So it has beef jerky.
How many times were you on an ambulance?
I would have done anything for beef jerky.
Beef jerky. A friend of mine bailed me out one day with a pack of crackers and a bottle of water.
It was cool out there. Watch out, Poppy. No. It was cool out when I was out there earlier. I don't know what the temperature is right now, though. Let's see. Hang on. 61 degrees.
Yeah. We're supposed to have some really cool weather.
Yes, it's going to be down in the high next Wednesday is 66 for the high here. That is the lowest it's going to be. It's going to get back up in the 70s, but.
Sue, I agree.
No.
That's kind of the way my mother was. I look funny carrying a purse.
It matches your hat.
Matches my hat, but I can't do a purse.
I quit carrying a purse a long time ago.
Something else I carry.
Now, I do have a bag in the car full of stuff. What?
Very important item.
What is that?
Hard to come by. Multi-use. Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. I keep that in the truck all the time anyway. You never know. Your high is 67. Yeah, I will too. So I didn't broke out the jacket and the sweatshirts the other morning. So
no, I'm used to Alabama weather. I put a jacket in my truck in September,
you're gonna
and I do not take it back out till June. True?
Yeah, your garden's going crazy. I actually pulled all the rest of the okra up today, but my mother told me yesterday morning. She said, I forgot your green tomatoes. I got tons of green tomatoes. This last rain that we got brought the tomato plants back out to life.
She's already in her house coat.
I washed all my blankets today. So just where they've been sitting around, not being used. And I washed all of them today. So 3 rolls of paper towels in your trunk. You sound like me. I'm going to have toilet paper and paper towels in the truck. They're going to be under the seat. So
something that I used to carry with me, which to be in my bag was a little strange, was feminine hygiene products.
Yeah, they make great.
No. The reason I carried them is sometimes when you're off with your significant other and they're like, guess who came to visit?
Well, I used to use them for sometimes like cuts and stuff. If you didn't have a Band-Aid or something like that and you're really bleeding, they make really good.
They're absorbent.
Yes.
The problem I have riding with bikers and stuff like that, I've heard them talk about using those to patch holes. The problem with using
I'm looking, Jody.
those to patch holes is they have what's called an anticoagulant agent on them.
Yeah.
So they will plug the hole, but they will also make it continue to bleed. So that is not something that I would suggest use. If you have a hole in your body where you need to patch it that bad, I hope you have what I carry. I carry an IFAC with me. It's a IFAC is military term, individual first aid kit.
What does okra taste like? Your garden looks amazing. What does okra taste like? How would y'all explain what okra tastes like?
Tastes like okra.
But that looks awesome.
I don't know exactly how to.
Well, if it wouldn't cost me $50 to ship it, I would ship you some freeze dried okra.
I don't know that you could.
I don't know how to explain it. It's different, definitely different. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Kayla, I don't even know that little girl's name, but how is she? That poor little girl broke my heart.
Yes, she did.
She was so sick.
I almost called her name.
I heard Bryn call it, but I didn't catch a hold of it. So, yeah, we hung out with Kayla Saturday at our festival, and the girls got on amusement park rides. And that poor little girl got sick as a Madeline. Okay. She was sick as a dog. Bless her heart. She did go round and around way too many times. Potatoes, asparagus, corn, tomatoes,
capsaicin,
cucumbers, and pumpkin. Yeah, definitely get you some okra and try it. And it's easy to grow. Mm-hmm. It's not hard at all.
Kim's still on here. Dustin's probably talked about my backpack.
Does Dustin fuss about that backpack as much as I do?
You fuss about it till you need something.
That's right. That's right. It's okay. It's your peppers. Okay. It's just always in my way when I need something.
Mm-hmm. See, this is the one I carry. I'll grab yours real quick. Show how much smaller.
But y'all, I felt so sorry for her. And Bryn was like, we rode that thing like 10 times. I was like, well, her stomach is just upside down right now. It was, bless her heart. She just couldn't catch a break. And Kayla got to experience a rib on a stick, y'all. And if you've never had a rib on a stick, it's pretty amazing, ain't it, Kayla? Oh, I'm not a big pepper fan. I will eat jalapeno peppers if they're in something, but just to eat jalapenos, no. Now, I like a bell pepper chopped up in something, and I even like the red and the yellow bell peppers. If they're chopped up and cooked in something, but just for them to be raw, I do not like them.
So this is the size bag Wendy carries. This is like I think they consider this a 20 liter. I bought this when she was on the truck for to carry a jacket and stuff like that. Backpacks are great because you can just throw them on your back and go.
Yeah. Okay, bell peppers. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we're talking about rib on a stick.
Oh yeah,
that's our one thing. Even if we don't set up, we go and get a rib on a stick every year. But I will say the Lord blessed us tremendously on Saturday. We had an awesome festival, y'all.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was a really good. We got to see a lot of people. We got to meet a lot of people. We got to give out a lot of little Jesuses.
Yeah, if you're local, I would honestly suggest in October next year. In Summerton, Alabama, they do the Frog Festival.
The first Saturday in October every year. So, zucchini. I love zucchini, and I love grilled zucchini.
Zucchini the inside of a zucchini kind of reminds you of the taste of a okra.
Yes, sort of. I like to take zucchinis and just split them right down the middle, and I'll put them on a baking sheet, and I'll put a little olive oil on them. And any kind of seasoning that you want, whether it's ranch, Tony Gennaro, spicy, whatever you want to put on it. And then I bake it in the oven. And I've even put a little bit of Parmesan cheese to melt on top of it once it cooks real good. That's really good.
Kind of browns a little bit.
Yeah.
And then put your cheese on.
Yeah, it's really good.
We're back to the food channel.
Yeah, we're back to the food channel.
We went from survival Armageddon to
yes, I know. I hate chocolate. But now, y'all, I made a boo-boo this year. I missed, I do the West Jefferson, and y'all have seen the videos where we do the West Jefferson Christmas Festival. I missed the sign-up.
Yep.
Missed it.
We hate that because that's one of ours. We had spaghetti, Jody.
Yeah, I was outside when he got home, and I was cleaning out some flower beds, and I had been. I picked up some straw for the babies because it's getting cold, so we wanted to put straw in their loafing sheds, just in case. They drop them here pretty quick with it cold in the morning.
Sue, drop Wendy a line and let her know what y'all got coming up.
Yeah,
because I would like to come down.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me know, please. And but now we have plenty of festivals around here that we can do. But I've done that festival for like 10 years. But the problem is Facebook is showing you so many ads on your Facebook. I never seen the post of when it was going to be sign up day. And she put me on the waiting list. And if somebody cancels, she will call me. But we'll find another festival today. That's not a problem. So, and then I do pop-up shops around too. So
she cooked gravy, biscuits, sausage, bacon, and eggs.
Ooh,
man, that sounds good.
That might be tomorrow night's supper. It's bacon.
I'm for it.
Yeah, we're going to have a small group on Saturday with all of our friends from church, and we're going to do a small group and have a little praise and worship service. And I am fixing bacon wrapped pickles for that.
And it's the Poppy Show.
I will, Kayla. I'll probably do a couple in Coleman, actually. There's some up there that I want to do. Not the big Christmas Christcon, however you pronounce that. We wanted to do that. Yeah, that's not till that evening. So we will be here. We got some stuff we got to do Saturday morning before we go anywhere. Gates have got to be put on the loafing sheds for the babies and stuff. So that is something we've got to do Saturday morning.
Have a Christmas open house.
I got something November 2nd.
Starting at 7 a.m. Food truck.
Yeah, the Chris Kindle, however you say it.
Yep, that one.
Do y'all know what they want for a vendor booth for that? $5,500.
But it's for a month.
For 30 days, but it's $5,500.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I told her that to do that, she would have to just do that for months and months and ahead of schedule.
Yes, I have something on November 2nd, but if you have anything else, please let me know. November 2nd is our big women's thing that we do at our church, and so I'm already made a commitment to that. So, here, talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, wow, she left me hanging here. But yeah, we looked into doing the Coleman thing, and it was too expensive. And in order to man a booth for 30 days, there's no way we could do it alone. We would have to have staff. It's maybe someday, but not right now. We're just not set up for it. It would take her months to prepare enough freeze-dried candy or freeze-dried treats to supply it for a month.
Oh yeah, and we figured it out. We would have to make, the booth is $4,000. Well, then they add power. Excuse me, y'all. Power is $1,500. They add that to it, so it's $5,500. But at $4,000, you would have to make $134 a day to pay for your booth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're probably going to make that, but during the week, it would be hard to make that because a lot of people don't get out during the week.
Mhm.
But Coleman also has Caleb
will-
probably
I will-
knows.
I will tell you something else about that festival this year. It's going to be twice the
The
size
size, yes.
as it was last year.
Yes.
And you know how many people were there last year? It's going to be twice that big.
Yes. And I would love to do it. And maybe that's in next year. But that'll be a full time getting ready for.
And one of the cool things that was there last year is, they had rented that outdoor
Ice skating
rink.
And a carousel.
No, that's their carousel.
Oh, that's their carousel?
That's their carousel.
Okay. Well, they must have bought it. But
so it was kind of cool out there. It was 70 degrees and there was ice skaters.
Yeah. And that's what I was looking at. I mean, I don't have a doubt that we would make our money back.
It would just be the manpower to have somebody there. You would have to pay somebody to be there. And getting enough inventory to carry it for a month.
Yeah.
Because last year at the West Jefferson thing, we took everything we had and we sold out of stuff the first night.
Yes.
And had to come home and spend the rest of that night, the following day, making more so we would have something to sell for the following day.
Yeah. So, I mean, my mom could help me, and stuff, and it's an hour drive for us. So I would have to drive an hour up there every day and be there till that night and then drive an hour home.
And I work 2 hours from there. So
yeah,
it would be leave work, drive all the way up there, then drive an hour home. After the first week, we'd probably close up because we just couldn't hold up.
Yeah. But they have also, Coleman has a thing, and I don't know, Kayla, if you've ever been to it, but it is called Sportsman Lake, and it's a drive-through Christmas scene, Christmas lights, and it is beautiful, and you can get out and ride the train, the carriages, and everything. And I actually thought about calling them and see if I could set up inside as a pop-up shop with candy and just do it like a couple of Saturday nights or something like that. It never hurts to call and ask. So if they just charge me for a booth, to do that, I mean, I thought about doing something like that. So yeah. You, I can jump on the interstate and I can be in Morris in 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we always go to and do the horse-drawn carriage and everything. The grandkids love it. So that's one thing that we definitely do every Christmas time. So
if you're working, you can't do it though.
No, but they do it every night. So yesterday I did go live, and Clemmy she looks like she has a full bag, and she does have a discharge. So I don't think that it will be long on babies, y'all. Mm-hmm. I don't think
it's time.
It's time. I don't think we are. I don't even know if we're a week or 2 weeks. It's hard to tell. But
or we may wake up to babies in the morning.
Hey, Tony, I'm glad you're home. We still got one down there, and we are praying for him to hurry up and come home too. He's in Florida. Mm-hmm. So, but we are glad that y'all joined us and the goodie bag.
Yeah.
He was like, I think I need to tell people about this because everything that happened this past week, people don't realize how quick it is to get caught in your car.
Mm-hmm. In your car, just out.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling Tony when we were at Pedals the last time. Told him, I said, I really think I could take this bag, walk out in the woods, and for a few days I'd be okay.
Yeah, he would be.
This is not.
As long as he's got free dry Skittles, he's good.
This is not. I'm never coming home back. This is a crap just went south. I need this.
Yeah. So yeah, we are so glad that Tony is home and safe because there's still so many down there, and we're hoping that Luke gets to come home. His wife Sunday, she just was pitiful. She just broke my heart, and she said it's hard on her, but it's hard on the little one because he just does not understand where Daddy is, and he's little. So, but we got to play with him last night and spend some time with him. He's only 3, and he's ready for Daddy to come home. So y'all lift them up.
He well, I read or listened to the radio earlier, and they said there's over 3 million people in Florida with no power.
Yes.
That's just in Florida.
Yeah. Are you going to have to go back, Tony? Or are you for home? Or are you just on a break? Because
come home to wash your underwear and go back.
It's just been unbelievable.
I've been there. I've been there where you just come home long enough to throw some clothes in the washing machine, eat some home cooking, sleep in your own bed for a day or so, and head right back out.
Yeah.
That's rough. That is so rough.
Yeah. But we've been praying and lifting y'all up because we know it's just, and then those poor people, y'all, those people have broke my heart. I was watching some stories today, and it just.
Yeah, there's families that have been tore apart. That they've lost a mama, they've lost a daddy, they've lost children. Some of them have the whole family.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking. So we just got to lift everybody up, and I just feel like we're in the end times. So it is it, and you don't see it on the news and stuff. You just don't. And this sounds crazy, but if you really. TikTok is where you're seeing all of it because the news or Facebook because the news isn't showing it.
Well, here's my thing with a lot of the social medias is you really have to filter through it.
Yeah.
I heard initially that the FEMA had been taking supplies from people and not allowing this to happen and that, but I listened to somebody today that I trust fairly well, and they said that has been reported by third parties, but there's no evidence. They've not found any evidence. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying that they have not had irrefutable proof that it has happened.
Oh wow! See, I'm gonna sit down and dig into it. Y'all will laugh that today I actually got this house in a little bit of decent order because when we came in Saturday, we were so tired. We came in and all of my displays ended up on the kitchen table. Candy ended up on the love seat.
It was bad.
Stuff just needed to be put up. Got put up today. We because we left straight from there and went to a birthday party and was there for several hours and then came home.
So when we came home and unloaded everything, it was just get it in the house.
Yes, and we got it in because you can't leave candy out in the truck. Like my jewelry and stuff can sit in the heat and stuff and it won't bother, but you cannot do the candy that way.
Well,
so
we even had some candy that got messed up while we were there.
Yes, just from
the heat.
Yeah, chocolate. Anything that has chocolate in it. So, but my nephew is a great candy eater, and he makes sure that he swings by just to get candy. Well, so he eats that.
He keeps our stock. What do you call it?
Cleaned out.
No. Circulated.
Yeah. He come through the house and he had one. I made this time for the show. I made big bags of Skittles and M&Ms and stuff like that. Yeah, right. And he comes through and he goes, Aunt Wendy, can I have this big, huge bag of M&Ms? I said, of course. He drove to Jasper and drove back, which is a 10, 15-minute drive. It ate every bit of that whole big old bag. He likes them caramel cold brew M&Ms.
They're good.
They are good. They are really good. So, yeah, he keeps what needs because sometimes and Catherine will even tell you sometimes that if all the air does not get out of those bags when you zip them, they will get moisture in them.
Well, air.
Yes, but I'm just saying
has moisture in it,
and it's only certain candies though. Only certain candies do it. So. I understand. I understand. My poor friend what happened was she just woke up hurting. woke up, got out of bed that morning, and couldn't hardly even move. Well, by that night, she could not stand and she could not walk at all. They rushed her to the emergency room, and they determined that her spine was compressing on top of each other. All the nerves in her spine were compressed.
She had what, three thoracic vertebrae or three thoracic discs that were bulging, and they had swelled and was compressing her spinal cord.
Yes, and so they did basically emergency surgery on her, and she was this past Monday. She was sent to rehab in Birmingham for inpatient.
And she's a young lady.
Yeah, she's younger than me, and she's had a time, y'all.
Yeah,
she's absolutely had a time, and so we've just been trying to help as much as we can. Thank the Lord, her kids are grown, so she hasn't had any little ones to take care of. But now her husband, I'd be like, go home, take a break.
She's wearing her compression knee socks and her shorts.
Oh, that's cute.
See, all you need is your old man sandals.
Yes. Or Alan calls them my jailhouse sandals.
No, not those. I'm talking about the old man sandals.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So y'all really please lift her up. So she was supposed to be able to come home Monday, but they don't think that she's going to be able to. So, but she is my sidekick. So that's one reason I didn't get a video edited, or JC, we ran from the hospital to volleyball games on Thursday night. And by the time I got home, I was just exhausted because I was at the hospital all day Wednesday and everything. So I had on my alpaca socks and shorts. So y'all are going to laugh. My favorite long socks are the ones that have the two stripes at the top, the running socks.
70s socks.
The 70s running socks. Those are my favorite. And you can get them at the Dollar Tree. It's the only place I have found them. And I have lots of them.
And I wear merino wool socks.
Yeah, he does.
Because I'm so hot-natured that my feet sweat all the time. Even in the wintertime, my feet sweat. So when it's cold, my feet freeze to death. And if my feet get cold, I'm done.
Well, you definitely get that checked out if your legs and your feet are swelling, okay?
Yeah,
they should not be swelling. But if she's standing on her feet a lot, that could be it.
Yeah, but that could also be an early sign of some things.
Boot socks.
So Sue, you might want to have that.
Yeah. Well, y'all will laugh at me because I wear no-show socks most of the time, and I wear them under my boots. Sometimes I have to go put on regular socks because I'll get a blister. She's been sporting it all.
Move this bag.
Yeah. Move them, please. They're a little heavy.
A little mini bag.
Yeah. Y'all watch him pick this thing up, how heavy it is.
It's not that heavy.
It's heavy. I can't pick it up. You scared Poppy with it. You scared Poppy. So, but hopefully, okay, good. We'll be praying over that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Glenda needs some prayers too. Y'all make sure you keep Glenda in your prayers also.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Is that it? Hopefully, maybe y'all keep an eye out for lives, because I will probably do a live tomorrow because I'm going to be here most of the day. But we are on baby watch, so you never know when I'm going to pop in and do a live with a baby. So I think probably Clemmy will be the one that goes first.
We're supposed to be having colder weather next week, so that's generally still waiting on the doctor's. See, okay. That is so crazy to me.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I can't stand that. That's so I hate that, and I'm still looking into a live stream camera because today, no, Fauna has not come back. So I am really worried about her now. So, but there was, Rhett was standing at the fence the other day, and I looked down there, and there was one standing at the fence beside him. not in the fence, but outside the fence. And I don't think another one would have walked up that close to him. So I'm thinking that it was her and the vehicle that pulled up when she took off. So I don't know if it scared her or what, but yeah. So
she's just being a deer.
that's what I think too. But I am worried that she still hasn't showed back up. So,
well, there was a lot that happened below us.
Yeah.
So all that's been a change, and
yeah, just yeah.
just being.
I just miss her, y'all. I miss her terrible because I was very attached to her.
No kidding.
Very attached to her, and she was just like one of if I walked the dog, she walked too. So, but I do miss her terribly. So, but whew. Yeah, so she's been missing since July 5th. July 5th was the last day that she was saying, and she was saying that not by my aunt, but she was on our cameras that morning. So, but what I was saying is I want to get a live stream camera set up because y'all, Miss Sophie hit me from behind today and I did a tumble. She lifted me up.
Well, see,
and took me down.
That's what Jason and Brooke with Moody. Sophie's 200 and something pounds.
Yeah.
Moody is like 1,800 pounds.
Oh, there's no way. If she was a regular size cow, there's no way.
Yeah,
I would be in trouble because
that's what Jason and Brooke said is he is not trying. He's just playing.
Yeah, she is.
But he is so big.
Well, she'll get me, and if y'all have seen the video, she hits me on the bottom of the butt. That's just what she does. And she just lifted me enough that my top went forward and my feet went out from under me because she actually lifted me up off the ground. Yes, I'm good. All I could do was really just lay there and laugh and then she's going to, do her head thing that she does all over me, just like, hey, mom, pet me. And that's all she wanted was to be petted. And she just startled me because she come up behind me and did it. And I did not hear her coming, which is unusual. Because y'all, if you've ever heard Sophie running through the woods,
you would swear it was an elephant.
Yes, but she did not run this time. She just walked up behind me and done it. So, but I hate that y'all didn't see that on camera because it was pretty funny. So, well, we hate to run.
It's already been an hour.
It has been an hour.
It has flown by. Do you want to do a few more minutes since we haven't been on?
Well, we can.
Ask them. Do y'all want us to do
hang
a few more minutes, or y'all got things to do? Get ready for bed.
Because I know it's a little late, but I actually like the 8 to 9 o'clock. For us, that's our time that we're settling down, getting chilled out.
That clock has stopped. I was like,
yeah, that clock. I've been meaning to change. She's in the bed. She basically lifted me up off the ground, and when she lifted me, my body just went over forward, and I had nothing to catch on to. So it was quite funny, but she just loved on me a little bit, and then she went on. So
you said roll on,
and I
just knew that we had some that had dropped off, and I didn't want to overstay our welcome.
Yeah, but I threw a pumpkin in there today, and
that's great. I love throwing pumpkins and stuff like that.
And then I fed them a whole bag full of apples this morning. I cut up apples and gave to them, but the sheep was fighting with Sophie
over the
pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I love when it's this kind of weather. I like to sit out on my back porch. And I just love it. That's my favorite time. So
I'm going to have to figure out the last few evenings that I've been out about dark, mosquitoes.
Yes.
I don't know where they're coming from. These are so big they could fornicate a turkey. True story.
I know. You done got me tickled. Yeah, I got ate up too because I was out there trying to shut up. Oh Oh,
Catherine thought it was funny.
yeah. Ugh, yes. So I have not got the other channel started yet, but the Lord has gave me a message for this week, and so I'm going to my plan in the morning. So if y'all see just a A&W Mini Farm Faith on the Farm pop up with the same logo, I'm just going to open up another little channel just to put that on there. So I've not had time to sit down, do me a logo and all of that stuff for the devotion days. So, but the Lord has gave me a message. So I'm going to record it out in the morning for y'all. So be on the lookout for that. So yes, hit the like button. That would be great. Because
But yeah, I don't know what
is-
is up with the flipping mosquitoes. Usually we don't have mosquitoes. We'll get the little no-see-ums, but
it'll be A&W Mini Farm Faith on the Farm. It'll just be A&W Faith on the Farm. I'm gonna come up with something, but that's what it'll be. So they do me too. It's like I'm sweet. My blood is sweet. So
and I generally don't have problems with them, but
they eat me alive.
well, I know you why. I mean, you tell me all the time how they bite me.
Y'all hear that?
I just tell her I'm gonna put kerosene on rags around her legs.
If you wear blue jeans, you can put a Bounty sheet in your belt loops. And they don't like the smell of that Bounty, or rub yourself down with a Bounty sheet too.
They don't bite me on my belt loops.
What is my blood type? I am AB negative. Do you know what yours is? He's going to look because he's not positive.
No, I know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is? Oh, be positive. Be positive, y'all.
Be positive, no pen.
O negative.
Wow.
I think she can receive anybody's blood, right?
She can
give and receive.
She can give anybody's blood, but I think she has to have O negative blood.
Maybe it's O positive that can take any blood. I don't remember. There's so much. I used to know all of it. Yes, you are,
Glenda. You are A positive.
Really?
Uh-huh. That's true. I knew that. I don't know which ones they go for.
I just figured it was my white legs.
Where was I at the other day? Somebody said something, asked if I knew how white my legs were.
It was our pastor.
We were camping. Does he realize how white his legs are? I said, yes, Pastor, because I have a job that requires wearing long pants. I don't get to sit around in the sun all day in my short breeches.
I got so tickled because he was sitting beside me. He goes, does Alan realize how white his legs are?
See? Nope, I can give, but have to have those.
Okay.
Legs. See?
I couldn't remember how it all worked. I've been out of the medical field for 7 years, y'all. And you would think that it would all stay with you all these years, but it really, when you don't use it.
No, it does. When you're put in the situation where, and I will say, keep your CEUs up and train. Don't get me wrong, you need that. But I have found doing it so long that when a emergency situation comes on, my brain doesn't like, I don't get in my way.
Yes, I mean, I can, stuff like that I can, but things like certain things I don't remember over the years. Like, I used to tell you exactly how the heart worked, how the valves twisted, everything.
Twisted?
Well, not twisted.
Yeah, they don't twist.
How every valve worked and what order they worked.
If y'all see me go down, call somebody.
But I can't remember all that now. Like, it's like just not doing it so much, I just don't remember it anymore. So, or maybe I blocked that time out. It's a good possibility.
Susan is O negative also.
Huh.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Sue and Susan
can
swap blood.
Yeah. Oh, look, I felt so sorry for her throwing up. I did. I felt so bad for her. I looked over there and that poor girl could not stop throwing up. And she was just having a time.
Catherine is O positive.
Really? Huh. She
See, and to be honest with you, Kayla, I love being that person that children feel comfortable coming to and asking for help.
yes, I do too. And
If I could continue to just do that, I would have probably stayed in EMS. It was all the other crazy insanity that was going on then that I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this
and we
anymore.
love kids. We love having kids here to come to the farm and grandkids here. But y'all, last night we taught children's church. Now
With
we have taught the youth.
mhm,
I've done crafts for the kids for vacation
mhm.
Bible school, but we taught children's church last night for the first time. It's not my thing. That is not my calling, y'all.
We did have 27
27 kids last
under
night.
the age of 12. So from 3 and up.
I told our pastor's wife this morning, I said, I am so sorry if I seemed like I was in a zombie state last night or out in left field or whatever. I said, my brain just was not thinking. And she got tickled. She said, I just figured it was all those kids.
That is a lot of kiddos. And the thing is they had been in school all day long. I'm sure mom and dad came in, they shoved something down their throat, and they come to church. So these kids had been sit down, shut up all day, and they were
Wild.
whew.
We should have took them to the gym and let them play on the bouncy slide because, yeah, I think next they won't be a next time. I told the pastor, I said, I love you, but never again. But we are getting new children's ministers, and they start this Sunday. So there was a break, and they needed somebody just to take the kids. And well, they actually came last night and introduced themselves and everything. So those kids was wild.
Sue, in 1994, it was in the winter, the early winter of 1994. A friend of mine was on the fire department. And I went on a call with him, and this young lady had a wreck, and they helped her survive the wreck. And from that point on, I was hooked. I've always had a servant's heart. I love helping people. Called Rhett Farrell, right?
These kids were feral.
But I loved helping people. I met some awesome people over the almost 3 decades of doing that. I also met people that I wanted to strangle.
Yes, and I don't know why I never wanted to be in the medical field. And one day the Lord just told me that I was going to paramedic school, and I don't know why, but He sent me there for a season. And it was a longer season than I imagined.
You met the most awesome man.
That's why He put me in the medical field, was just to meet you, baby. But
yeah, we love it. Don't get me wrong, but you have to be called for that.
Yeah, it's not. People don't go to medic school or become a firefighter because of the pay.
I was talking about children's church.
Oh, well, that either.
That either.
That's a calling.
And one kind of goes with the other at times.
Yes. And but we had a good time with them. I mean, we enjoyed it.
We did.
It was just a little overwhelming.
Sensory overload.
Yes, that's a good word for it.
It was sensory overload.
Yeah,
for us and them.
Yes. 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 But I will tell you, I don't really miss being on the ambulance. I miss the people that we worked with.
Some of them.
We worked with good people.
Yeah.
And
my longtime partner, he passed away.
Yeah, and we had good people that we worked with, and my old partner actually, well, she just moved out of state to Michigan, but
back to Michigan.
Yeah, back to Michigan. But we stay in touch. I mean, we talk, pretty regular. So, and we've made lifelong friends.
Yeah.
But it's something that the Lord told me it was time to get out of, and I didn't listen to Him. And like I said, one day I'll tell y'all my whole testimony, but I feel like my disobedience is where my injury came from, because I was disobedient to the Lord telling me that it's time to go. My season is over. and I didn't listen. And so my disobedience, it was like, well, you're not going to do what I tell you to do, so I'm going to do it
I know
for
you're
you.
going to do what I tell you.
Yeah. But
Be busy, overwhelmed, and bawling my eyes out with the kids or EMS. Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's
some days.
It's a lot of times people will still ask me, they'll say, how do you, and there's a lot of things, I will say this, there's a lot of things that I still see that will never leave my mind. Children are one of them because I've seen things that you don't want to see and you don't even want to know what I've seen.
And I'll give y'all a piece of advice. If you know somebody in EMS or nursing or anything like that, a question that comes up a lot is, what's the worst thing you've ever seen?
Yeah.
When you ask somebody that, I understand it's an innocent question for you, but what you're asking that person is to relive the worst moment of their life.
Yeah. So, and I promise you don't want to know.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. So, but because of the Lord, we get through it. So, there's still days that I still sit and cry over some. So, you know, it's
and
just called.
We got close to some of our patients.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. One I got very attached to. And when she passed away, the grandfather even said, the grandmother looked there and said, you need to call Wendy, because I was the one that was always there and took her to the hospital. So got really attached to her. So
she was a special young lady.
Yes, she was.
Really was.
She was. So.
And she would tell you real fast, don't feel sorry for me because I did this to myself.
She sure did. She sure did. And I think that's one reason I loved her so much. So.
But her heart had changed.
Yes. And she accepted Jesus years before she passed away. Yeah. And so I know where she's at.
Two beautiful little girls.
Yes. So I do miss her, though. I miss her. Because I got pretty attached to her in 11 years. So well, on that note.
Yeah, sorry guys, we didn't mean to bring y'all down.
So
she's a Facebook's acting crazy.
So all right, we're gonna jump off here. As much as we love y'all, I will be live next couple of days.
Yeah.
And we'll be back Thursday night. We're going to stay on Thursday nights. Even though volleyball season is over, we're going to stay on Thursday nights because I think it's been good for us.
Yeah, and it's also helped out Jean and Tracy. They're not rushed because Monday nights was somewhere they needed to be.
Yeah.
So it's all worked out. Y'all followed us. We love that y'all are so loyal.
Yes.
We love each and every one of you.
We do. And we love you guys. And Jesus loves you too. Don't forget that. So, bye, guys. Oh, yeah.